Hey, good morning. Rise and shine. December 9th, Monday, 2019. Good morning, good morning. Let's go. Uh, I had a fantastic weekend. I hope all of you had the same. I went up to beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Did a road trip up there to see my son RJ and my daughter-in-law Chrissy for the weekend, and Carol, myself, and Sir Prince. We had a fabulous time. Yes, we did. I learned a lot up there. Not only was it an enjoyable trip just to visit with my son and daughter-in-law, but I learned a few things up in Pittsburgh. We did the tourist thing. They took Carol and myself into the outskirts of Pittsburgh. It's called the Point, where you could overlook the city of Pittsburgh. It's a beautiful city. We seen the stadium, and we seen where the two rivers come together to make they blend together, and they eventually become the Ohio River. Let me see. It's called the Allegheny River and the Monongahela River, and then it blends together, and it becomes the Ohio River, downriver, of course. But that was pretty cool. Then we went into I guess the touristy section, if you want to call it that, of Pittsburgh, and we hit a brewery place there to get some cold beers and something to eat. It was called Cinderlands Beer Company, Cinder Lands, Lands, all one word, Beer Company, and in parentheses it's called the Warehouse. So we went in there, and I tasted a few, different types of beers. I'm just a basic beer drinker, but my son and daughter-in-law, they're into the more fancier beers, if you will, But I tasted a few of them, and there was one or two that I really did like. It almost tasted like a sweet tart. It was really good. And then there was another one that it had like a licorice base taste to it, black licorice, and that was real good. I could have gotten in trouble with that one, so I just took a couple sips of that and put that off to the side, and just had my basic, if you want to call it, like a Miller Lite beer, only it wasn't Miller Lite, it was one that they brew right there. It was pretty good. It was a nice light Pilsner. And then, let's see, where do we go from there? We did a lot of things in the short amount of time that we had there. We went down into the square to see, there's an ice skating rink, kind of like what they have in New York City. And I did take some videos of that. I didn't YouTube that, but it's on my Facebook page if you guys want to troll down my Facebook page and look at some of the pictures that I took of Pittsburgh and some of the videos that we did. But I did a video of on the square, the ice skating rink, and then we went into one of the places down there, right near the ice skating rink, where they had the Santa Clauses across the world kind of thing. You could see what represented the Japan Santa Claus, what it looked like, the Poland Santa Claus. We've seen that one, all dressed up, and these are figures of it's art. I'm telling you, it's a lifelike Santa Clauses, statues. So if you get a chance, especially over the Christmas season, go up there and you get to see all these figures of the different Santa Clauses. And then, of course, there's individual structures, buildings all together of people selling their wares, if you want to say that. I picked up at one of the structures. It was basically based on Polish holiday gifts, if you want to call it that, where you could get a Polish card or Polish ornament, that kind of thing. So I got my oplatki, the Christmas wafer. For some of you who don't know what oplatki is, it's a square Christmas wafer, and in most cases, it's always blessed by a priest. And I did ask, and they said yes, it was blessed, and the Polish wafer that I got, the oplatki, it did come out of Poland, and what we do with that, it's a tradition. That was just one of the few traditions that I kept around for years and years after my parents and grandparents passed away. I mean, they did all the Polish traditions, and I didn't keep up on all of them, but when we gather on Christmas together, around a Christmas table, if you will, or a table for getting a bite to eat, we pull out the oplatki or the Christmas wafer, and you break a piece off. It's breaking bread, and you break one large piece off, and out of the large piece, you break off one little piece. Then you hand over to the next person the piece that you broke off, and they break off a piece and hand that to the next person and break off a piece. That way, when it comes all the way around, there's only that much left of the large piece that you broke off, and you're breaking bread with the family, that one particular piece of bread. That's the tradition, So we do that, and what else can I tell you about? But it was just a phenomenal time. I learned a few things in Pittsburgh with the older homes and maybe the newer homes. I'm not sure about the newer ones, but Chris, he was telling me, if you go into some of the older homes, a good luck tradition, as you're walking down into the basement, on the side wall, as you're walking down the steps, at least this is the way I gather it. It could be wrong, but each house has their own old-time pencil sharpener, which is affixed to a wall, and that's like a good luck tradition. And sure enough, on their house, going down into their cellar or basement, there's the pencil sharpener, Little things you learn. That was pretty neat. And what else do I have here? I had so many things. Oh, we had when we went to eat, I had one of the traditional Pittsburgh sandwiches, if you want to call it that. It's made by the Pananti brothers. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's a sandwich. It's grilled meat, melted cheese, which I don't have the melted cheese on mine, for those that you know me, but it's grilled meat, melted cheese, oil and vinegar based coleslaw on top of that, tomato slices on top of that, and then French fries on top of that, between two thick slices of Italian bread. And, it's a meal in itself, and it's all together. So we had that. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. That's about it. Let's see. We did stop at the Polish deli. I got 2 pounds of fresh Polish kielbasa, homemade right there. It was great. I got that it's called S&D Polish Deli. All right. If you're in the area of Pittsburgh, in that area, look up S&D Polish Deli, all right? If you're into Polish foods. I mean, they had all kinds. They had the blood sausage. They had the smoked Polish sausage. They had the Polish cookies. I mean, if I would have had a lot of money, I could have went to town in there. They had some of the Polish ornaments that you could buy, all highly detailed, a Polish ornament that you would hang on your Christmas tree. They were $30 and up. Well worth it, but you know, I wasn't there to spend my whole pension check, if you will. So, okay, enough of that. But if you get a chance and you're in the area, hit Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You'll have a great time. Honest to God, you will. Let's see, what can I... birthdays today. Bo Bridges' birthday. He's 78 years young. He's the son of Lloyd Bridges, if you remember Lloyd Bridges. But Bo Bridges, he's 78 years young today. His net worth is $16 million. Not bad. And Kirk Douglas, he's 103 years young today. God bless Kirk Douglas. Happy birthday. His net worth is $60 million. So that's the two birthdays that I came up with today. There's other birthdays that you can look up. But again, I haven't got a clue who they are. And besides, my son RJ gets a kick out of that when I say that. So, and by the way, good morning, RJ. Good morning, Chrissy. We had a fabulous time. Oh, and the other thing, I'm just babbling on here. When we got ready to go to Pittsburgh, which Carol didn't realize this, but all right, I got the directions and we were taking the turnpike, but I wanted to see the roadways that we're taking. Now, we took the little van, but the roadways up to Pittsburgh and up to my son and daughter-in-law's house, I can do it with the motorhome. So, the good Lord willing, the next trip that I make up to Pittsburgh, it will be in the motorhome. You know, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to hit any squirrely roads. Now there's a few country roads near RJ and Chrissy's house that I'll just have to be a little cautious of, excuse me, driving this land yacht, if you will. But I can do it. It'll be fun. Okay, enough of that. Like I said, we had a great time in Pittsburgh. Tower City, 3-day forecast. Today, Monday, December the 9th. The high is 47. The low was 46. And it's going to rain today. If you can look out my window there, it's kind of gray. We have no vitamin D shining through the window. Tuesday in Tower City, the high is going to be 53 and rain again. The low's 31. Wednesday in Tower City, 36 degrees for a high, 20 degrees for a low, and partly cloudy. So that's the 3-day forecast for a beautiful Tower City, Pennsylvania. Let's go to Cleveland, Ohio. We can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Today in Cleveland, the high is going to be 52, 36 was the low, and rain is in the forecast for Cleveland, Ohio on today. Tuesday in Cleveland, it's going to be 39 for a high, 23 for a low, and snow showers. So be aware of that if you're traveling to Cleveland tomorrow. Wednesday in Cleveland, Ohio, the high is going to be 30 degrees, low is going to be 23, and it's going to be cloudy. So there's your 3-day weather forecast for Cleveland, Ohio. Excuse me. Let me put down a little bit of caffeine here. Today is National Weary Willie Day, the Art of Clowning Around Day, which was made famous by Emmett Kelly, Kelly. He was a famous clown way back. He was born in 1898. So it's National Weary Willie Day, the Art of Clowning Around. So if you want to clown around today a little bit, have at it. What else do I have? I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see. Got everything down here for the brewery we went to, the Polish deli. I mentioned that. The pencil sharpener. I mentioned that. The Pittsburgh sandwiches, Promenti Brothers. I mentioned that. The original sandwich became famous way back in 1933. What else? I think that's it, folks. That is it. Oh, when I came home and when we went up to RJ and Chrissy's house, we just took a duffel bag with some clothes in it. Nothing fancy. And there's a tradition in our household for some of you that don't know this. A lot of you do, but some of you don't. Guess what came back to my house? Carol unloaded the duffel bag to get our clothes out and put it in the wash, and the stuff that we didn't wear fold up real nice and put away in the duffel bag. Guess what showed up? The duck. Now a lot of you are going, okay, so what's so great about the duck? Well, my dad, God rest his soul, years and years ago, he had a tradition, and it was with a banana most of the time. But when he would go and visit my younger brother, Roy, he would put on his windshield wiper or on the car or maybe on the antenna this rubber banana, if you will. And that would be his message of saying, okay, I was here and you weren't, kind of thing. And then when Roy would go back over to my dad's house, the banana would show up there. Well, we took to the tradition basically and went a step further. And we got the duck. Now, what I did with this duck, every time I get this, and it's dated, all right? The earliest date when we started this was back in 2015. I sign it, Carol signs it, RJ and Chrissy, their name's on there. Tina's name is on there, I think. It's around here someplace. But when you end up at somebody's house, you take the duck. Family members, obviously. And you don't let the family members know it, but they know that, okay, they're coming over to visit. Somebody's got the duck. Let's be aware and let's watch every little move. Well, I was off guard, and I forgot that RJ and Chrissy ended up with the duck. I thought Tina had it, but then Carol had to refresh my memory, because we did get it to Tina's house the last time we were there, but Tina, when she and the kids came down to our place over there in King Nummy or Cape May, New Jersey, at the camper, the duck ended up at the camper. I guess we have a duffel bag there, I think. Or maybe it didn't. But anyway, the duck ended up back to us. And then when RJ and Chrissy came down to the camper to visit us, we stuffed it in their bag. And I forgot that RJ and Chrissy had the duck. So when we came home yesterday, now I got the duck back. So RJ, Chrissy, Tina, Leo, be aware. You never know when the duck might show up at your house. Who knows? Maybe it'll be hidden somewhere. It could be in a car. It could be in the garage. It could be in the basement. It could be in your washer or dryer when you open it up. Or your kitchen cabinet when you open up the lower kitchen cabinet to get some Mr. Clean out. And you're going to see this duck looking you right in the eye. So it'll be tag you're it. Or maybe it'll be mailed to you. But that's our little tradition. We just keep it going. And it's pretty cool. All right, that's enough of my story. Like I said, I had a great time. RJ and Chrissy, thanks for having us. Look forward to seeing you guys again. Folks, have a great Monday. Let's put down some coffee and I'm going to punch you guys out. Cheers and Nostrovia. The good Lord willing, I will talk to all of you tomorrow. My new fireplace should be showing up tomorrow. I ordered a new vent-free or ventless propane fireplace. The one that I have in the house here, it took a crap, let's say. I've had it here for probably 10 plus years, and I needed a thermal coupler, and they don't make that brand fireplace anymore. and that ironically, you can't get that type of thermocoupler. So I had to bite the bullet, and I had to order a brand new propane ventless fireplace. So I'm looking forward to getting it back in the house here, so I can crank that on every now and then instead of turning my oil furnace on just to get the chill out of the air. I don't need to heat the whole house. I'm sure you guys understand. I just need to heat the general area that we're in. I want to save on my oil if I can. All right, that's it. Barbie and Ken, good morning. RJ, Chrissy, Tina, Leo, Cheryl, good morning. I love you guys. Who else do we have out there? Bucko, Roy T. Wojnakowski, a.k.a. Bucko. Good morning to you. And tell your dad, my brother Roy, I said good morning, will you? Mary, my sister, good morning. Raymond, my other brother, good morning to you. And my daughter Mary, wherever you're at, good morning. Okay, guys, I'm going to punch you out in 3. Lucille, I'll talk to you later on. DJ Dave, rocking on the 1s and 2s, good morning. And tell your young lady good morning, and tell your mom good morning from me, if you would, all right? On 3 now, let's go. 1, 2, big smile. 3. Good morning, big smile, here we go.